Welcome friends, it's Ray. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to use the Spellbinders poinsettia 3D embossing folder to make a couple of quick cards. And here I've spritzed my embossing folder with water, and I'm placing my 4.5 by 6.5 inch panel into my folder and have run that through my die cutting machine. I did not need to make as many holiday cards this year because I have quite a few left over from last year. I used 120-pound cardstock so that I could get some really good deep impressions. I placed a scrap piece of cardstock in my MISTI and will ink that up using black Versa Clear Nocturne ink, and then heat set that with clear embossing powder, and then on another scrap I will stamp that using Versamark ink and use gold embossing powder. Here I'm applying anti-static powder so I don't get embossing powder in places where I don't want it. And here I'm cleaning off my stamp and then we'll use my Versamark ink to stamp that again. I stamped that a couple of times and then we'll apply my gold embossing powder, and then I'll go ahead and heat set both of my panels at the same time, or one right after the other. I used some decorative edge rectangle die cuts or dies to die cut both of my sentiments. I'm going to trim off a little bit of the bottom edge so that both sentiments are the same length. I cut a mat for my sentiment panels out of rose gold glitter paper, and leaves about 1/8 of an inch or so border. Let me know in the comments, which do you prefer, the black or the gold text on the sentiment? I think I prefer the black because it really does stand out more, and there's so much white going on this design. But I do like both, but I think the black is preferred. I've die cut some poinsettias out of that same rose gold glitter paper and white cardstock. Forgot in this moment that I wanted to color those. So I'm going to take them off or detach the glitter from the white, take those off, and then color my white in Distress Oxide ink Victorian Velvet. I also added a little of that Victorian Velvet around just the outside petals and the inside center of my glittered poinsettia. I'm not really sure that did much. Here I've cut some leaves and greenery out of green cardstock and just putting that on my grip mat, bringing in some Distress Oxide and Forest Moss to darken up mainly the edges of those leaves and edges of the greenery. I've placed double-sided tape on the back of my embossed panel, and partially release the release paper from the tape, placing it where I want it on my card base, and then I will remove the remaining release paper. And this process just gives me room to move this around and get it affixed before I commit it. And so here I brought in my score tool and a small ruler, and I'm going to use that to position my sentiment panel where I want it on my main panel. And so once I get that where I want it, then I can remove that remaining release papers from my double-sided tape. I'm going to lay out my images around my sentiment, get them where I want them, and then go ahead and commit them with liquid adhesive. I do decide to pop my poinsettia up on foam tape. I have not affixed the pieces, florals on the right side of the design yet. I just put those in place and use those to affix everything on the left, and then now that I'm done with the poinsettia and the left side of the design, I will go ahead and use liquid glue to affix those on the right of the design. I've placed some crystal gems, 3 of them on each panel, and we'll use liquid adhesive to affix them. I love the way these cards turned out. Simple, yet a touch of elegance. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked the video, and if not a subscriber, will subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Until next time, good day, friends.